Hello everybody, I am Moldy West, and this is Stories, Path of Destinies once again. We are on our way...
No spitting.
But I wanna spit! But anyway, we're on our way to get the magic devil rock, or the Iblis stone, as it is more commonly known. But I like my name for it better. I like to call it the evil devil rock, and I will call it that if I so choose. And that's exactly what we're getting here. We're getting that rock. And that looks like a rock if ever I've seen one.
It was a stone of the purest blackness. It reflected no light, like a void made solid. Nervous, he picked it up. Who said that? It was the stone. Eager. Thirsty.
I don't like the sound of that.
Seemed tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest general.
Yeah, I know who she is.
But they had been close once. And Renato wasn't sure he really wanted to be Emperor. Why not capture the core of Sky Ripper instead? It was the eye of a lost god torn out by the transcendent Emperor to power his greatest weapon. It's the core, said the stone anxiously.
I think I'm gonna go for the core. Perhaps combining the core with the stone.
The stone bothered him.
Could do
He
things.
hated being told what to do. Wasn't that why he joined the rebellion? Wasn't that why he'd refused to be a soldier? He'd agreed to come on board only if he could freelance. The stone felt a bit clingy. The sage Calaveras had told him where to find the Sky Ripper, a weapon capable of challenging the gods. Even without its armature, the core would still possess great power. He would go there.
That's what we're gonna do. And I already went and got the Sky Ripper core in an earlier
he landed
episode.
the Farfarer, Renato had a rare feeling of regret. It's not
did he
too
now?
late, he thought. He could turn around and sail for Zenobia's island. He frowned. Wait a minute. He didn't want to kill Zenobia, did he? Sure, technically she was the enemy, but they'd been at sword food school together.
Yeah.
They'd never been lovers, but somehow they'd been closer. She'd told him every secret about herself. Except the biggest one. That she was the Emperor's daughter.
Yeah.
Kill Zenobia, whispered the stone.
I wanna do it though. You can't tell me what to do, you stupid rock! I've got my own priorities. Was this here before? Dear Zenobia, the director of the Academy has told me how much he was impressed by your academic performance and leadership. Somehow I doubt this was a session of bootlicking. I have seen plenty of those. That old toad is sincere. I am proud of you, my daughter. You will make a fine empress one day. On my end, great news. Professor Calaveras has been studying the Nexus, and he has made a bold observation. That toad is a true genius. You know how that island is unique, constantly changing, new crystalline formations appearing, island fragments merging, splitting, slowly drifting, held together by some invisible threads. Professor Calaveras is convinced those changes are not random, but rather indicative of the living nature of the islands. He has observed that certain changes on the Nexus follow or sometimes precede a turbulence on another island. Landslide, quake, flood, the Nexus seems to resonate with those events. Maybe the islands are a hive mind, and the Nexus is the brain. In any case, I am funding a permanent scientific observatory on the Nexus. It will attract the Emperor's greatest minds. With Professor Calaveras at the helm, I anticipate a great age of enlightenment for the Empire. With love, father. Neat. So that's a little bit different. And there's definitely a lot of birds here that want some of my blood. And it seems that this magic evil Iblis rock is getting some of the blood that it wanted. Not all, but a little bit of raven blood. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. How much blood would be in the bodies of that many ravens? I just cut down a big bunch of them. That should be enough blood and death to satisfy you, wouldn't it, you evil son of a bitch? Rock, tell me what to do. Are you happy now?
This stone was incredibly valuable. Bernardo could sense it. Also, it still had its price tag.
Also, it still had the price tag, of course. Now, who doesn't go removing a price tag from a precious stone like that? I just need all these ravens dead. Dead birds all around. And that should be what the stone desires, isn't it? That's what it wants. It wants death and bloodshed, and that's what's happening all around me. Goodbye, bird. Yeah. Fucked all them up. Completely ruined their day, didn't I? Any good day for a raven is usually a bad day for me. Boom indeed! The narrator knows what's up. Now let's keep
You almost
moving.
never saw wild gogglers together like this.
Huh.
The toads had to train them not to peck each other to death. So these had to be imperial gogglers. And
Yeah.
the ravens were up ahead.
Somehow that one doesn't see me. How do you not see me, you stupid floating eyeball? Are you fucking blind?
His hook didn't break.
His hook won't break. It's a video game. The only time it'll ever break is if it's supposed to.
Lied about what it could do for him. With each raven he cut down, he felt a jolt of power flowing into his arm.
So he did.
Whispered the stone. The core will kill you.
I don't
Are
think
you
it's a.
afraid of it? Don't be ridiculous. It chuckled. But it's unstable. It will poison you if someone just carry it. And if you try to use it, it will explode catastrophically. Bernardo did not trust rocks that talked in his head. He went onwards.
That's a good policy. If a rock is talking to you, it probably doesn't have your best interests at heart. Unless there's a good person talking to you through the rock, in which case that would be different. So,
Of course there was a puzzle. You couldn't expect the transcendent emperor to bury a god's eye in a leather sack where anyone could pick it up.
yeah, that's right. You couldn't expect that to happen. And that is a relatively simple puzzle. Now let's go get that core. Core time! Whee! And I don't want to use that altar. I ain't got no points to use. Out of my way, door! Now then, Sky Ripper core, where the fuck are you? I know that core ain't gonna poison me, as I have had it before in one of the earlier sessions. That's right. You go fuck yourself, bird boy. All y'all birds about to get fucked up. I would thank you to not come rushing at me when I'm about to throw a guy at somebody else, and then you're forcing me to use my bird throw on the guy I don't want to throw the bird at, which is you. Go away, you dick nugget. All y'all is getting totally fucked up.
It was all coming back to him. He wondered what he'd remember next.
Perhaps the ability to have meaningful relationships. That would be very good to know. I'll just take that.
As he approached the core, the stone became hysterical. No, it's too much power. We'll rip a hole in space and time.
It
He had a
did do
sudden
that
vision
before.
of plunging his gauntlet into the core and dying in anguish. That wasn't his vision, was it? The stone had sent him its darkest fears, hadn't it? He had a sudden impulse to do exactly that. He raised his right fist and plunged it into the core. There was a rush of light. He thought he could hear the stone screaming. And And then he passed out. When Renato came to, the core was gone. But the Iblis stone was no longer black, but glowing with a blue light.
That's interesting.
And it was silent. I can't hear you, he sang out. And you? It didn't answer. Ha, he said.
Finally got the stone to shut up.
The demonic gem with the power of his mind. He felt invincible. It was time to attack the Imperial outpost on the Nexus. Take the battle to the enemy. But among the huge crystals, there was also an observatory. A wise man would probably ask the scientists exactly what he had first. How wise was he?
I don't know. But not that wise. I'm going a different way this time.
As the Farfarer sailed towards the Nexus, Renato wondered if the core had been created to silence the stone, or even to feed its hunger. Honestly, he didn't care.
He probably should care, but he don't.
And he appreciated the quiet inside his head.
Yeah. So now we got the evil demon rock and the God's Eye stone that was the core of the Sky Ripper. So, evil rock mixed with divine rock.
The Nexus was infested with ravens.
Of course it was.
But that didn't bother Renato. With each death, the converted Iblis stone in his gauntlets glowed brighter, and he felt stronger. Wow. He was getting a bit bloodthirsty, wasn't he?
Maybe he was.
He wasn't worried. He was a warrior. They're supposed to be bloodthirsty.
Okay, I'm starting to not like the direction this is going in. I think things might be about to go south, as they always have in this game. Each path leads to another way to die in agony.
Building these platforms was so expensive, they'd run out of budget for guardrails.
Yep. At least there's invisible walls. I can't go falling off the edge if there's invisible walls. I'll just take that, put all that in my pocket, and now we're going this way. Get out of my way, door. You're not allowed to be here. Doors gotta follow my rules, as I am the master of all doors. I control all opening matter in the universe. You will bow before the door lord, who is me. Or you can just open. That works too. But then again, opening is basically the same thing as bowing for a door. So they have no choice in the matter. Oh look, more birds to kill. More birds ripe for the slaughter. Bird slaughter time. Destroy them all. All the bird blood. All the power. All of the evil demon rock that grows more powerful with each drop of blood spilled. I will take that. Okay, I'm starting to not...
Teacher used to say power gems were cheating. Stupid old fart.
Stupid indeed. I'm starting to not get any ore out of those red chests. Have I never gotten ore out of them and just didn't realize it? I'm definitely not getting any more of that essence.
Absorbed in the stone was doing its job perfectly. Renato could feel a little eldritch jolt every time he downed a raven, but then it flowed into the glowing stone the way water flows down a riverbed. It all felt perfectly natural, as if all his life, this was what he had been meant to do.
I'm gonna end up possessed by an evil demon god, aren't I? Hey, I'm getting some ore out of this chest. Running out of pockets, the fuck you talk about? I got unlimited pockets, game.
Renato had enough power to challenge the Imperial fleet. First, he would disrupt the enemy communication lines. Then, he would head for the rebel base. From there, the rebellion would launch its final attack.
Huh. Seems he has more of a plan than I do.
Ooh, a workbench.
Yes, a
Did he have
workbench.
any jewels he hadn't tried out? He had.
I see I don't have enough ore to upgrade my other two swords. That's just fine and dandy. I don't need to upgrade them just yet. I'll just stick to the flamey sword. The Laney Sword seems to be doing good work here. You go away, stupid shield man. And now get rid of that shield, get rid of your friend, stop trying to hit me! The back is a sacred place that is not supposed to be hit by annoying-ass bird boys. Wouldn't you agree? You should agree, because if you disagree, then you're wrong. And you there must die. All the death, all the agony, all of the bloodshed is all that I ever wanted. Yay! Blood and gore!
Renato tore through the last remaining guards at the outpost like hot coffee through snow. There was a far speaker toad here. He called the council speaker. He knew she would be thrilled. And she was. She wanted him to come back to base. They had plans to discuss, and a medal to give him. A large, golden medal. Great, said Renato. Let's talk about who else I can kill.
Oh
Then
boy.
The far speaker croaked again.
Hello, Renato.
He said,
If you get sick of slaughtering second-rate birds in the Nexus, I'm waiting for you in the mountains.
Zenobia. She missed him. She loved him. Once she saw how awesome he'd become, maybe she'd join him.
I don't think it's gonna work that
Kiss
way.
and, well, if she did refuse for some reason, he was no match for him now.
Yeah, let's not do that. Who cares? I can take her out anyway. Not doing that. It's obviously an ambush. Let's go to the base.
Zenobia was taunting him. No doubt she hoped to lure him into a trap. Well, he was nobody's sucker. Especially not hers. He carried victory in his gauntlet.
Yeah.
He'd go where the council pointed him.
So let's see just how horribly wrong this can go.
As he set foot on the island, Renato felt energized, like when he was hunting or dancing. Then he smelt it. The stench of ravens.
Raven
It was a good
stank.
thing he was here too, before they tripped over the secret base. He was really saving the council toad's bacon, so to speak.
Yeah. Hello, treasure chest. I'll just
Renato
take
had
that
been
stuff.
to a dungeon once, where all the chests had teeth and eyes. It had been a short visit.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet you just got right out of there as quickly as you could. That's what I would do if all the treasure chests were looking at me funny. Dash through enemies. I don't know, but this... maybe... well... yeah, that... couldn't hurt to throw people further. I like throwing people farther. That's always a good thing for me. Now let's go see... uh-oh.
Everything.
Now then, as I was saying, let's go see about how I am going to be possessed by an evil god at the end of this. I'm betting that's what's going to happen with this core and this stone mixed together. Or maybe the power's gonna go to his head or something. And then he's gonna go absolutely nuts and get slaughtered by an entire army. Or an entire army gets slaughtered by him, is what I mean. It would take an entire army to bring him down with all this power flowing into his boots. And I'm not sure what boots has to do with this. That's just where my mind went. How about your mind? Where's it going at a time like this? Can you please not attack me from behind the second I look away from the damn game? I was checking to see how long I've been recording, then bonk!
The ravens had reduced Ubar to rubble. Renato chuckled at the irony that it was now the secret rebel base.
So he did. Where's the people?
He'd once met a pirate captain. He used hooks to get around his ship. Oh, what was his name again?
I understand joke. I know where jokes go and where they come from. I also know something about a guy called Cotton-Eye Joe. Oh, where did he come from? Where did he go? Where did he come from, Cotton-Eye Joe?
Renato was a hero of the revolution. He deserved a medal. Soon he'd deserve every medal they had, and hopefully one big medal ceremony in front of everybody with trumpets so everyone could know what he'd accomplished.
I think he's starting to get a little narcissistic. That's just what I wanted. Everything's going straight to his head. No bonking for you. You go fuck yourself. Everybody go a fuck of themselves. Be gone, bird boy. Y'all need some of this in your lives. Slaying those fuckers. Destroying them. And I'm gonna make this episode a little bit longer so I can finish this. I want to see where this goes. Or just this stage, at least. I also don't want to have to replay the entire stage when I go to record again. Because this is the last episode for this session. There's a little bit of behind-the-scenes things for you. So you know exactly what I gotta go through. All the trials and tribulations of me doing the things that I do. You go away, Birdman. Ain't nobody got time for you being a goddamn bird.
Barely landed a claw on him.
They didn't land a claw on him. How dare you downplay my accomplishments, narrator? Just throwing out things like that, saying they barely hit me when they didn't hit me. You know what you're lying about. Go away, stupid eyeball. Fucking annoying sons of bitches. That's what they are. That's what they will always be. And they must die. And that one got hit through the wall. And that one shot me with a laser, which did a whole lot of damage. That's just bad. Those things hurt a lot. That's why you gotta be careful around them. Because if they didn't hurt a lot, then they just wouldn't be a threat. They gotta be a threat. Now where the fuck am I going? I know I've been through this exact stage before. Ah, here we go. There's them stairs that lead to the base. And we're gonna see how wrong this will go. And then the next level would be the... Oh.
So he was close to the rebel base.
Yeah.
Nothing was on fire. So far, so good.
Yeah, you said that earlier when we came through here, but things will soon go bad as they so often do. Why must things always go bad for poor old Renardo? Just nothing ever works out. He always dies horribly. Are you summoning people? You can't do that. I'm in the process of slaughtering everybody. There. Now then. Yes, I know, it's a door. But I want to open the other door and grab the treasure chest. Come on! I want to get the treasure chest. Give me the treasures.
Time for a little exploration.
Yes, it was. Now shut up and give me the good stuff. All that good stuff. Health and energy and shield breaker level 3. Yay. I'm assuming each red chest has the same jewel, just a higher level every time I come back to it. That seems to be the case. And with that, that was my last drop of lemonade. Give to me the story.
At the rebel base, Renato was invited to the council speaker's private chambers. So, this is the Iblis stone? He said. I can feel its power. Renato told her how he had fed the core to the stone and made something even more useful than either. Crazy like a fox, she croaked. And Renato chuckled as if he'd never heard the joke before. We've given you the best quarters and a bottle of Tantalonian firewater. All for you. So they'd remembered. He woke in the morning with the sweetest of hangovers. The Iblis stone was gone from his gauntlet.
Uh-oh.
The corridors were empty, except for a few rebels who looked just as hungover as him. Come on, you'll miss the battle, they yelled.
Oh,
Renato
fuck.
added sail as the Farfarers scudded across the sky. Who could have taken the Iblis stone? Was it some Imperial spy? He would find him and kill him and take the stone back.
Well, shit. I got robbed. No matter, I can fight just fine without some magic demon rock.
Renato had a bad taste in his mouth. He was killing ravens, but it wasn't fun. It felt like a chore.
Killing
Oh,
people
and I
usually
hated
is.
chores. As a fox kid, he'd gone hungry rather than clean his room. He still didn't clean his room, he just moved house every few years. Who had the Iblis stone anyway? Up ahead, he could hear screaming and croaking and cawing. But who was winning?
Who was winning indeed? Perhaps we'll get the answer to that question in the next episode, because I'm all out of time for this one. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Goodbye.